second week of practice, does the team look fresher after getting the weekend off?
Oh yeah, no question about it. You know, we played 5 games in a month, and have a little bit of downtime and see them come back fresh-legged. I don't think there's any question about it.
What have you seen out of the guys over through the bye week and everything?
It's been a good bye week. You know, I've been in bye weeks where they drug a little bit. This one didn't drag by no means. I mean, there was some attention to detail and a sense of urgency. And that was our message to them, is get back to being who we are, and I think they did that.
What did you see from the Pitt game that really stood out, what you needed to work on and improve?
You know, we faced some good people, and they had a couple new little wrinkles for us. But then again, at the same time, we looked lethargic at times. At times, we looked like a tired football team mentally and physically. And we had way too many missed assignments. Yeah, they're a good football team. They did some good stuff. We allowed them to do some good stuff, too.
Is there anything you've done to work on to take care of those areas?
Oh, yeah, that's what the bye week was for. Absolutely.
When you have a game like that, a lot of times, you know, players want to get back out on the field as soon as possible. They want to get back to playing games as soon as possible. In that regard, it's kind of hard to bridge that 16-day gap there.
Oh, it's real tough for coaches and players. But, you know, you have to learn from your past, and that's, you know, it's just not going out and practicing and everything's okay again because you got it out of your system. You got to let it burn in you a little bit. And we made sure we brought it back up numerous times. And, again, it's attention to detail, and we won't keep that focus and that burning desire. Now we're in a game week. Now it's time to go. You know, we're on the UCONN. But
Mark, I know it was frustrating to begin with the Pitt game. When you see something like the Rutgers-Pittsburgh game on Saturday, does that make it even more confounding for you to see the mistakes they're making? And
Yeah. It looked like a totally different game. Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your main focus with the guys?
Get back to who we are. Do what we do. Be who we are. You know, the coach did a great job getting them fresh again for us. And make sure we learn from our mistakes. Don't let it happen again. Don't know how well we handled adversity. We've talked at length about that first time we hit that. A lot of great learning points this week. This bye week came in a good time for us.
What have you seen of the guys? You know, how they responded?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're competitive. I mean, they have responded well. I've been very pleased so far.
Now you've gone up to Connecticut. What do you expect to see from them?
The same thing we've always seen from Connecticut. They're big. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to throw the ball, play extra pass, try to get over the top of your head. Great kicking game. You know, got great kickers, great punter. Typical UConn football team. There's not a whole bunch of difference. There may be a couple little schematical things, but they are UConn. Because Pascalonis has continued to truck that thing just like it was trucking before.
From an individual standpoint, who have been your biggest surprises so far through 5 games?
Well, you know, Keno Watson's been a pleasant surprise for us. He's been a kid that has really produced to be a freshman. I've got to get Rashard Clay out on the field more. I got to start giving my guys some blows. You know, we're playing too many snaps in my position in particular. Up front, we're doing a good job of rolling. I got to make sure I roll my guys a little bit more and get Mike June in the game. Get Rashard Clay in the game a little bit. Those are things that we need to do about.
Mark, have you faced a Pascaloni team before? Have you gone up against him at any point?
Let me think.
There wasn't one that jumped to mind.
No, not when he was at Syracuse. No, I sure haven't.
Do you see the guys being eager to get back on the field?
Oh, I don't think there's any question about it, yeah. I mean, you see that at practice. I think that I know they're ready to get this bad taste out of their mouth, too, and then the way you do that is go play another football game.
How about you as a coach?
Absolutely.
How wide open is the Big East? I mean, you know, you see Pitt beat you, Rutgers beats Pitt. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, it looks like it's pretty balanced.
Yeah, it does. I mean, I haven't been in this league. This is only my second year in this league, so you guys would know better than I. But it seems from afar, it's always been kind of like that. You know, with Pitt, West Virginia, Rutgers, Cincinnati there for a while.
Cincinnati looks pretty strong.
And then UConn last year. You know, it seems like from the outside perspective, it's been like that for a while now.
Mark, what do you take defensively from what you had, the breakdowns that you saw against Pitt?
Well, we went out and corrected them. You know, obviously, we went out and corrected them. You know, we had too many mental mistakes. We looked a little lethargic, a little tired.
Mm-hmm. What was the cause of that? Was conditioning a factor in that?
I don't know that it was conditioning. We played a lot of games in that month. Okay. You know, I mean, we played quite a few games and had a short turnaround. And, you know, I don't know that our focus defensively was there where it needed to be.
Was Graham the one who was causing all the problems?
It was more sincerity than it was Graham. Graham, we knew he was going to cause us problems. We knew that. He's a good player. Mm-hmm. But them running the quarterback caught us off guard.
It seems like you guys were always back on your heels and could really Is that like an anomaly, that kind of game?
It is.
Defense, just because of the circumstances of him being a great running back, and like you said, the games you all played, and so many.
Right. Yeah. And then they took the game out of the quarterback's hands and ran him. And I go and watch the Rutgers game this weekend, and they put the game back in his hands again. So that's a little bit of an anomaly.
It's like a